Hi there, and welcome to another Midweek Memo. Over the last few weeks, we've been thinking about how to be a balanced church. We've covered 4 different areas of church life, and this week we're thinking about outreach, and I've got Matt King here joining me to speak about that. Matt, you preached on this on Sunday evening. Thank you so much. Tell us, just give us one example of how outreach is happening here at Emmanuel.
Thanks, John. I think there are many examples we could talk to, but let me tell you about one. I was chatting with a chap called Rowan, who had come along to the floating shelter, and he described the experience of coming in every Tuesday evening, meeting Marcus Ascot, meeting Chris, having fun, chat, games, food, accommodation, and he talked just about the love of the church to him. And as I talked to him in Box Part, he described the fact he's now got a job, he's got accommodation, he's looking to the future, and most of all, he loves Emmanuel Church. This is where he comes to worship God, and that is through the work of tens of people in Emmanuel Church who've loved him.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've got a great vision for this. You've seen it elsewhere. Just give us a bit of a sense of where else is that kind of outreach happening in our church family.
We talked on Sunday about demonstrating God's love and declaring God's love. And I think as I look across Emmanuel Church, there are many, many examples of where we're doing that. I think back to the mayhems that we've done over many years, hundreds of young people who come along. I think about the cycle group, I think about the fitness group, I think about the meals that are provided for those who are sick and those who've had children. And it's just great to see that love in action. And what I think we have to really do as a church now is to think intentionally about where that love takes us, because ultimately that love comes from God to us and we're sharing it with people, and we want them to experience God's love through Jesus. And that's at the heart of what we're seeking to do in outreach.
So let's just pull that apart a little bit further. Demonstrating God's love, that's thinking about the things that we do where our actions speak of God's love to us. And then declaring God's love, that's when we're actually articulating the gospel of Jesus, and kind of all of that is required, right? And you shared further about decision, the possibility of people actually coming to make a decision for themselves, and discipleship. We'll get onto that next week. But on that declaring God's love, how have you seen that specifically happen in the area of outreach?
As I think you were talking about on Sunday morning, John, declaration and talking about our faith is really important, yet lots of us find it really hard. And one of the good things that we've done over the lockdown is Alpha and Christianity Explored. And it's been a great vehicle, I found, to talk about God's love with people who've got lots and lots of questions. And so people come along on week 1 and their questions are big. Is there a God? Why do we exist? What's our purpose? And then gradually we take them on the journey of who is Jesus? Why did he die? Did he die? If he died, did he come back to life again? And does coming back to life make him God? And if he is God, what does that mean for us? And it's been a great journey of declaring, discovering, discussing, asking questions. And we've seen a journey of 30 or 40 people going through this, asking those questions. And it's been a great opportunity to explore that. And I'd encourage any of us who want to be a part of that going forward. It's a great way of learning what our faith really is and how we articulate it, because some of us find it difficult.
Well, I want to say thank you to you on behalf of the church family and others. I know the Bert's been really involved with that as well. Just, laying that on, it requires love and commitment. And thank you for leading us on in that. And and echo really your, invitation. If someone wants to come on Christianity Explored, sign up for the next one. Tell us. If you're just wondering, I'd like to invite someone, I'm not so sure, why not come along yourself, find out what it's like, then invite a friend along. But just stepping back from that, just to wrap all of this up, I'm hearing a couple of key things coming through here. We want to keep on demonstrating God's love. You've told us about the many different ways that can happen. We want to look for ways of then deliberately, intentionally using those opportunities to then enable us to declare God's love. And God willing, we will see others added to our number, like the church in Acts.
Brilliant. Good summary, John.
Thank you.
You listened well.
Thank you, Matt. And thanks for all the leadership that you've given to us in this area. Great. Well, that's it for our midweek memo on this occasion. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday in the morning or in the evening as ever. And that's enough for one midweek memo.